Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, before we go into the video, introduce my name. My name is Zahra Islamia Jabar with name 2110110500065. Now on this video opportunity I will explain a little about electrochemistry material. Enjoy this video, I hope you like it. Now we enter the first material, namely definition. Okay, of course we must know the definition of electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is the study of the relationship between chemical reaction and the accompanying electricity. These include the study of the meaning of chemical chains caused by the presence of an electric current or the production of critical energy by certain chemical reaction. The definition of electrochemistry is a series of charge separation that occur in a liquid medium such as a solution. The separation of homogeneous solution by electrochemistry applies the principles of oxidation reaction and reduction reaction, where one of the separate substance will later experience precipitation into a solid form so that it can be separated from the solution. In electrochemistry also involves two conduction electrodes, namely the anode and cathode. The exchange between critical energy and chemical reaction has a very wide application in human life, such as the application of the working principle of the battery that power your smartphone today. The principle as in batteries also apply to redox reaction, wherein oxidation causes the loss of one or more electron in one chemical species, wherein reduction is the addition of one or more electron in one chemical species. When oxidation and reduction reaction are pairing together in a redox reaction, electrons can flow from the oxidized species to the reduced species. The flow of electrons can be spontaneously generated by the reaction and cause electrical energy in a cell. That's what is as on the working principle of the battery that exists today. Okay, then we go to the second materials, namely types of electrochemical cell. There are two types of electrochemical cell, namely voltaic cell and electrolytic cell. The following is a complete explanation of the two types of electrochemical cell. First, we will discuss about voltaic cell. A voltaic cell, also known as a galvanic cell, is an electrochemical cell that was first discovered in the 1800 by Alessandro Volta and Luigi Galvani. To date, this voltaic cell has developed into a battery component as previously discussed. In a sense, a voltaic cell is an electrochemical cell in which a chemical reaction occurs that produce proportional electrical energy. The voltaic cell has a working principle, namely when two different metal plates as electrodes are simultaneously immersed in an electrolyte solution that has a higher reactivity with the plate. This will cause the metal ions in it to dissolve as positively charged ions and leave free electrons on the plate. Therefore, the metal plate becomes negatively charged. On other metal plate where the reactivity is lower, it will tend to attract positive ions in the electrolyte solution to stick to its surface, cause this plate to become positively charged. If these two plates are connected through a conductor, electron will flow and cause an electric current to flow through them. The amount of electric current produced will be proportional to the number of positive and negative charge on each metal plate. Okay, next, electrolysis cell. Electrolysis cell is another type of electrochemical cell wherein this electrolysis cell work on the opposite principle to the voltaic cell. An electrolysis cell is an electrochemical cell that promotes chemical reaction in the presence of an electric current in it. The electrolysis cell works by passing two electrodes that are immersed in an electrolyte solution where the two electrode ions have a potential difference in the presence of an electric charge, causing one electrode to be positively charged while the other is negatively charged. The presence of electrolysis causes the liquid electrolyte to be broken down into positive ions and negative ions, where negative ions will be attracted to the positive electron while positive ions will be deposited into solid attached to the negatively charged electrode. With this principle, electrolysis cell can be used in the separation of a substance from certain compounds. Okay, next, the following is an example of the application of a voltaic cell. The figure shows a simple voltaic cell in which sulfuric acid H2SO4 becomes the electrolyte solution in the reaction, while the two metals as electrodes are zinc and copper. The two electrodes are connected by a conductor containing a lamp to prove the existence of an electric current. Okay, next, the following is an example of the application of an electrolysis cell. An ACl solution is used as an electrolyte solution, and two electrodes as anode and cathode and are powered by electricity through a battery. When an electric current is applied, the electrode will be positively and negatively charged. The positive electrode will attract Cl ions in solution, while the negative electrode will attract Na ions in NaCl solution. Next, difference between voltaic cell and electrolysis cell. As for clarifying, the following are the differences that exist in voltaic cell and their electrolysis among other. For the first, voltaic cell, that is, 1. Chemical reaction produce electrical energy. 2. Different metal electrodes are used. 3. Anode is negatively charged, cathode is positively charged. And the last, spontaneous reaction. Okay, for electrolysis cell, the first, electrical energy produce chemical reaction. 2. The same two inner electrodes are used. 3. Anode is positively charged, cathode is negatively charged. And the last, non-spontaneous reaction. The last material is Faraday's law in electrochemistry. The relationship between the amount of electrolytic charge that pass through an electrolyte solution and the amount of substance contained in the electrode was stated by Faraday in 1834 in a law of electrolysis. Faraday's first law states that the mass of a substance that is deposited or liberated in each electrode is directly proportional to the amount of charge involved. In the second law, Faraday states that the mass of a substance that is deposited or liberated at an electrode is directly proportional to the charge passing through it. In a mathematical equation, Faraday's law can be obtained the following equation, where W is the mass of the precipitate substance in grams, E is the equivalent mass, I is the current in amperes, T is time in second, while F is Faraday constant. Well, that's all for my explanation regarding electrochemistry. Sorry if there is something wrong in my explanation. And thank you.